Have you ever felt completely lost, like a ship without a rudder? That's exactly how Roshni felt. After losing her dream job in the big city, she packed her bags and her bruised ego and moved back to her childhood village. She felt like a total failure, every step homeward echoing with disappointment. But waiting for her wasn't judgment or pity. It was her grandmother, with a steaming cup of herbal tea and a smile that could melt glaciers. Every afternoon they would retreat to the garden. It was a world of green shoots and rich, dark soil. Roshni's hands, once accustomed to a keyboard, learned the rhythm of the earth. Her grandmother moved with a quiet grace, planting seeds as if she were planting pieces of wisdom softly, without any pressure. Roshni just followed her mind, a tangled mess of what-ifs and should-have-beens. She felt like she was just going through the motions, a ghost in her own life. One sunny afternoon, as they were gently pressing tiny seeds into the soil, her grandmother paused. She looked at Roshni, her eyes full of a deep, knowing calm. "A seed sits in the dark for a long time, you know," she said, her voice like a soft breeze. "But that doesn't mean it's wasted time. It's gathering strength, waiting for the right moment to grow." Those words landed in Roshni's heart like a seed of their own. Something inside her, a tight, painful knot, began to loosen. It was as if a window had been thrown open in a stuffy room. That evening, for the first time in years, Roshni felt a familiar itch in her fingers. She found an old, dusty sketchbook and a pencil. Hesitantly at first, then, with growing confidence, she began to draw. She drew the delicate veins on a leaf, the way the sunlight filtered through the trees, the wise, wrinkled lines on her grandmother's hands. The pages filled up, each sketch a piece of her rediscovering herself. The garden wasn't just growing plants, it was helping her grow too. Her grandmother would often peer over her shoulder, not with critique, but with quiet encouragement. One day, seeing a collection of beautiful floral sketches, she made a simple suggestion. "These are lovely, Roshni. Why not share them with the world? You could start a small online shop." Roshni was terrified. The fear of failure was a shadow she couldn't seem to shake. "I wouldn't even know where to begin," she stammered. Her grandmother simply patted her hand and said, "Start small, but start." Those two words became her mantra. Start small, but start. She took a deep breath, photographed her best drawings, and set up a little online store. She didn't expect much. Maybe a few friends would buy a print. But then something magical happened. An order came from another city, then another from a different country. Soon, her art was traveling the globe, finding homes with people who connected with the simple beauty she had captured. Months flew by. Roshni's small business blossomed into a full-time passion. She was busy, happy, and filled with a purpose she had thought was lost forever. One evening, she sat with her grandmother on the porch, watching the sunset paint the sky. Her grandmother was more frail now, but her eyes glowed with an immense, quiet pride. Roshni turned to her, her heart overflowing with gratitude. "You know, Grandma," she said softly. "All this time, I thought you were teaching me how to plant flowers." She paused, looking at the thriving garden and then back at the woman who had saved her. "But you weren't. You were planting my courage." This story is a beautiful reminder that sometimes our darkest moments are just periods of quiet growth. Like a seed, we need that time in the dark to gather the strength to break through the surface. And often, all it takes is one person's unwavering belief in us to help us find our own courage to bloom. If you've ever felt lost, remember Roshni. Remember to be patient with yourself. And if you have a grandmother in your life, someone who plants, courage, cherish them. Thank you so much for watching. If this story touched you, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content that we hope will inspire and uplift you. See you in the next video.